I've been waiting for so long. Now those feelings are so gone. I don't care what else goes on. We will take you away in the night when you see me, and I'm feeling free. Leave me to play.
We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We feel the place with our desire, face splitting, bass driven, low fire.
turn it on?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership, and we've got Aggressive 5 on the Radiant facing off versus White Shadows on the Dire. My name is Vivek. With me is Sammy joining for this game. How's it going, Sammy?
Hi, thanks for having me, Vivek. I'm really excited to see this game. But okay, we were already with the bans here, actually, with the Venomancer and Lich banned out from the A5 against the White Shadows. And White Shadows has responded with the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, I mean, this is a deny pick of sorts to some extent because Aggressive 5 like to run the Shadow Shaman a lot. White Shadows have also, I mean, they finally caught up with what Aggressive 5 like to do a lot in terms of 4 positions. Aggressive 5 really prefer the Clockwork as well as the Kunkka. I mean, the Clockwork as well as the Night Stalker. They have run the Nyx Assassin in the past, but with mixed results. Hold on. Someone's mic. Sammy, is that you? Sammy, you muted yourself. Anyways, yeah. So Aggressive 5 in the past, they have liked to run the Clockwork and the Night Stalker a lot, and they've run the Nyx a fair bit. But it looks like they've got a couple of tricks up their sleeve. They picked up the Earth Spirit, and this is probably a first for Aggressive 5. I presume we're going to see Pinkman playing the Earth Spirit, and yeah, that's Pasol's hero. Pasol will be handling the Jukito. Wow, Sammy, you just muted yourself. I presume we're having a couple of technical difficulties. Excuse the small hiccup in the cast, but we'll get back to the draft. White Shadows, they open with the Shadow Shaman. They're looking for a fight. They've banned out a bunch of good ones. This might force them to consider the Nyx. Another much preferred supporting combination with the Shadow Shaman is the Kunkka. You also got the old school ones like the Slada, the Sand King, and yeah, White Shadows are going to pick up the Sand King. Now, I haven't seen them run the Sand King in a while. It's also interesting to note that it is Snacks who's doing the draft. Snacks, well, once upon a time, he was Go Figures offlaner. He was absolutely stellar on some of the games. I remember the game which they took off IQ at Mumbai at the ESL LAN finale, and his Faceless Void along with his Magnus were pretty darn good. Sammy?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was having a bit of difficulty here. But yeah, it's actually, I actually noticed that they have, the A5 has kind of banned out the cancers of Dota, the Venomancer, the Lich, and the Necrophos. And the Sand King, I really like the Sand King pick. I actually got to know a bit of a history about Snacks. That was really enlightening. I got to know a bit about White Shadows now. So Epicenter, really good ulti to have around here, but the CD is pretty high. So I think that they really need to compensate with something with a lesser cooldown. But they have banned out Darkseer, which could be a really good wombo combo for Sand King.
It could, but it's also something I think that Deliverance does like to play often in the offlane. Um, one
10
piece of cancer
seconds
that's
to
not
go.
been banned out in the entire draft is the Pugna. I'm not sure if
5
he counts as
seconds.
cancer, but I think he's pretty good
The
versus.
Pugna?
Yeah, I mean, he's not. He's level one. He's stage one cancer, and he hurts
Yeah.
heroes like the Shadow Shaman and the Sand King really hard. Especially the Sand King, because you want to channel the epicenter and then blink in, and as soon as you channel the epicenter, you get tagged by the Nether Ward, and that's going to cancel your
Right.
blink. And even the
Yeah,
Round
that's
Shaman, who
true.
three.
takes a lot of mana to drop the Mass Serpent wards, that Nether Ward really hurts him a fair bit.
Of course, actually, that's pretty much
Okay, okay.
commendable to have not Pugna
I
against
mean,
the Shadow Shaman.
one thing,
Uh,
your
well, if I don't see any Pugna picks though, not yet.
10
I don't see it
seconds
being
to
banned
go.
either. I haven't seen it
yeah,
being banned, but I don't think they would consider banning it.
5
Will the White
seconds.
Shadows ban the Pugna?
Radiance.
I don't think
no,
so.
I don't think they'll ban the Pugna. I
But
don't
yeah,
think they're going to ban the Pugna. But
Dire
Sammy,
King.
just a quick tip: your microphone is rather close to your headset, which is why I can hear myself twice.
ooh, I'm sorry. Is it
Yeah,
okay now?
could you reduce the amount of audio that's
Radiant
coming
team.
Is it
into your
okay now?
headset?
Ban.
Yeah, it's better. Definitely better. Yeah, much better. Anyway, back to the draft. Aggressive, I pick up the Lifestealer. There's potential for an Infest Bomb with the Batrider. The Batrider carries him into battle, lassos the target, and then the Lifestealer pops out and finishes him up. I like how White Shadows have responded. They picked up the Slark.
10
Slark
seconds to
is
go.
excellent at kiting the Lifestealer, and by just pounding away on him,
5
you're stealing so
seconds.
many stats, and that's only going to help you
Dire's
bring down the
ban.
Lifestealer in battle. Aggressive, they banned out the Puck. Huh.
Yeah, they
I'm
banned out the puck. I guess they really want to diminish any kind of wombo combo setups for Sand King to
Dire's
to shine. However, they have the Nyx up in their disposal. If Nyx can really be reliable to stun at certain targets, especially with multiple heroes then landing on the impel, then that's a good gun. Good gun
yeah.
with steel. But however, cooperating with Sand King with the burst strike, that's actually a good
10
chain stun to go
seconds
follow
to
up with.
go.
Now the Slark being picked up, I also like the pick as well by the White
5
Shadows, but
seconds.
he can be really shut down easily at the first part of the game. So can he remain resilient in the lane is really up to him.
Yeah, you'd be hoping to contest him as much as possible early on in the lane, apply pressure, heck, maybe even run a dual lane with the
Radiant's pick.
Jakiro. Another reason why the Slug does rather well is because he's got the Dark Pact and he can shrug off all the sticky napalm stacks that come upon him. If he probably comes to lane with a magic stick, I guess he's going to be fine. Last pick on the board for White Shadows, they've picked up the Queen of Pain. It's
10
going to be some form of
seconds
tempo
to go.
control in the mid game. While aggressive 5, they're
5
looking for something to
seconds.
looking for a paddling hero. Um,
Okay, I actually like the Queen of Pain pick as well. I'm liking what the draft is being picked up by the White Shadows. Queen of Pain is definitely a good hero for the ganks, the likes of it, and definitely controlling the lane situations, pressuring them as well, helping any lane whenever they're needed. Aggressive 5, I'm not sure what they're going to respond to this. Since the Nyx has been taken, I don't see any point of taking OD. What should they respond to their mid? I think they could go for a more tankier one like DK.
they could do DK, but then DK has a hard time in lane. I don't know, but I'm getting multiple reports that your voice is echoing. So could you in Discord just reduce your input? Do you know how to do that, Sammy?
Yep.
Dragon Knight.
Time to
Okay.
select from all
Anyway,
these.
while you're
Win.
fixing your audio, I'm also going to give you a small pat on the back because you predicted the DK, and it is the DK that's going to the mid lane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I told you, DK. I called it.
Hey, you called it. Gosh, I haven't been that excited since I won a giveaway, which was a long time ago. Anyway, good stuff coming up from Aggressive and White Shadows. Both teams have a decent amount of mid game, some security in the late game. I just feel that the Lifestealer. I mean, I think the Slark is going to get the better of him. I also think that the mid lane is not going to be fun for the Dragon Knight. I mean, if the two players of equal skill, almost always the Queen of Pain should do better than the Dragon Knight. There's some push coming out from both teams. You've got the Jakiro, which does augment the push, and then you got the Dragon Knight, which can siege rather effectively. For the side of White Shadows, I mean, it's primarily the Slark that's going to do most of the heavy lifting in terms of primarily the Shadow Shaman. Actually, what am I saying? Primarily the Shadow Shaman and his Mass Serpent wards that are really going to help White Shadows bring down structures.
My eyes are actually set on DK though. If he's like become really really tanky and get his items afterwards, like pretty much 5-star to 6-star, he's gonna be really undefeatable afterwards. I'm not sure if Slark can really handle that kind of pressure. And Earthshaker. Oh, sorry, Earth Spirit is already making some moves there, but
Yeah.
I guess he's like pretty trigger happy right now.
Okay, so this is interesting now. Pasol on the Earth Spirit is
Okay.
he's normally the 5 position player, and there were a bunch of memes on Facebook that Pasol, you should start practicing
Battle
Earth
will
Spirit.
commence
It looks
in
like he's listened to the
30
memes and he has practiced the Earth Spirit. Pasol will now be the 4th, while Pinkman on the Jakito is going to be the 5 position. Yeah, interesting stuff. Aggressify switching things up. It's also interesting to note that Deliverance, who did play with Aggressify only recently at the Taiwan Excellence Land Championship in Mumbai, he played a more farming offlaner. This time, he's been given an offlaner, which is more a primary source of initiation.
Battle
However, he's
begins.
already committed to the sticky napalm. Prodigy could lock him down with the Burrow Strike if he wants to, but both teams just poking and prodding at each other. It's an even start in terms of runes. Both sides get 2 bounty runes apiece, while in the mid lane, Pikmin's even helping with the block. Paddling's going to have a block working to his advantage. To some extent, at least. They're going to meet dead even, and this is really crucial.
Yeah. I don't know if he can like fare well against the Queen of Pain. He will definitely get harassed a lot in the mid lane.
But he's made an interesting adjustment if you take a look. He's not put a point into the Breathe Fire. He straight away put a point into the Dragon Blood. So he's got that extra 3 regen to work with. And he even picks up the Poor Man's Shield. So those right clicks that the Queen of Pain is relying on at level 1 to make life difficult for the Dragon Knight aren't going to be doing that much.
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, he seems. Then he could be doing fine. I forgot that the Dragon Blood
He
really
could
helped.
pull ahead. This is experience helping to some extent. But while we were carried away in the mid lane, quick trade going on in the top. Both 4 positions, or rather the 4 and the 5, end up going down. Deliverance gets a kill, while it's the Shaman who gets the other. However, it is White Shadows who drew first blood. So they are working with a small net worth lead here.
Yeah, actually, that was like a more of an exchange in a way, like an eye for an eye kind of thing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. One for each team. Good start.
Everybody is a winner.
Everybody's a winner. But let's see at the bot lane. How is Nyx handling against the Lifestealer? Oh, he's getting some attacks though. I'm not sure if he's gonna get cornered by the Jakiro. He could be. Jakiro is pretty much looking for a chance to zone him out, but I guess he's not. He wants to probably go pull, but I guess that's warded, so he can't pull that one. In the mid lane, seems like Paddling not doing that great, getting so much harassed with a Shadow Strike coming from the Queen of Pain.
I mean, if you look at it, he's only lagging by a couple of CS. He is taking a decent amount of damage, but he's got a salve, and I mean, he's probably going to take as much damage as he can before he pops that salve. Dark Knight on the Queen of Pain, he's going to be a little disappointed. He should be winning this lane a lot more convincingly. And Pasol, that Rolling Boulder wasn't convincing at all either. Mid lane, the Prodigy comes in with the Burrow Strike onto Paddling. Can they go for the kill though? The co-op actually blinks back to a high ground, while Pasol is going to hurt the Sand King a little bit.
I really liked how Sand King just came up like a ninja from behind to go against the Paddling, knowing that he does not have the much mana nor the much of a health. Obviously, providing some distraction for Queen of Pain.
Doesn't have mana or health either. He's dropping low. The Spike Carapace is there. Is Negi going to commit? Is the Orb of Venom enough? No. Close shave for the Nyx there.
He makes it. The top lane Deliverance already facing against the Prodigy, already trading blows as well. But I guess they will not commit. It seems like already he's like showing some intimidation using the stacks here. Mid lane, it seems like everything seems to be stable for paddling right now.
Yeah, he's actually keeping up, if not even leapfrogging ahead of the Queen of Pain by a small amount. Paddling's got that soul ring as well. She's going to be happy spamming the breed fire. That's going to reduce the damage coming out from the Queen of Pain as well to some extent. And Paddling he doesn't
Yeah.
care anymore. He's even queuing up the infused raindrops. So that damage coming out from the Scream isn't going to amount to too much. Paddling should be fine. I mean, if you really want to bully the Sand King and win the lane heavy-handedly, you have to do it a lot earlier. And I think the Queen of Pain has missed a window of opportunity here. It's going to
But
take
she
a
really wants
rotation.
to.
It's going to take a rotation for them to shut down this Dragon Knight.
Set.
True. Now at the top lane, it seems like already Batrada is in shackles, and now the strike. But will he get pounced? And he did, but will he TP out to safety? No. The classic finale did the finale.
I'm expecting you.
Yeah, good stuff coming out from White Shadows. It was so close that Deliverance could have possibly TP'd because White Shadows committed really heavily with all that lockdown, and Deliverance did see the opportunity to get out of the lane. But the Caustic, like you mentioned, did its work, and Soul does manage to break the smoke coming out from the Sand King and the Shaman. White Shadows, the gang possibly foiled here. They do have vision in the mid lane. The Quap is a little low on mana, low on HP, doesn't have the Sonic Wave just yet. This kill on the Dragon Knight is going to be hard, especially with an Earth Spirit sitting right behind. Meanwhile, on the off lane, Nick's dropping low as well. Negi wants to give chase, but both him and Pigpen are out of mana. And yeah, it's a wasted smoke coming up from White Shadows now. They're trying to force the issue in the top half of the map. Deliverance has pushed out the deep. His TP this time on cooldown. It's really hard for them to loop around, but they're waiting patiently. What?
Mid lane
This shouldn't
already
be happening.
Dark Knight already falls down. The Justice has come in, and now Earth Spirit will have to go down as well. So again, another eye for an eye kind of a trick.
Yeah, it is a 1-for-1, but I mean, Aggressify will be happier bringing down the Queen of Pain.
Back to my Mad Libs.
In my opinion, the more valuable kill. You brought down a core. It's
True.
it's
With the
time
Queen of
that
Pain shut down.
yeah, it's time that Queen of Pain is not in the lane. Paddling is getting EXP by himself, and yeah, it's alone time for Paddling. Who, if you take a look at the net worth, he's sitting right at the top of the net worth charts. He's ahead of his own one position, and he's also ahead of the enemy slug. So Paddling's doing rather well for himself in the mid lane, and Paddling's known for this. He is a mid laner that likes to farm. Although Justice is
And
trying
now he's
to
cornered.
yeah, I mean, but
Done.
I'm not
No
sure if they have
mana.
enough damage. Maybe with Prodigy coming in, they could bring him down. Queen of Pain holding on to the Sonic Wave, but Paddling did his shrine. Damage is still enough. Prodigy, though, he's been cornered. Deliverance running him down with the Firefly. He's only level 5, so he doesn't have a point in the lasso. Prodigy dropping low. Pinkman low on mana. Has an Ice Path coming off cooldown in a second. Prodigy caught in the Ice Path. Deliverance will maybe bring him down. And it looks like he will with 3 stacks of Sticky Napalm. Good stuff coming out from Aggressify. They managed to make it a trade, but they'll be a bit displeased that they lost that Dragon Knight in the mid lane.
Well, given that Dragon Knight did not lose that lane so hard, he was a bit resilient comparatively to Queen of Pain, who kept dying a couple of times. I guess this one that won't really hurt him, but the rotation coming from the Jakiro was really impeccable. It was really well done to really get the kill. But however, Queen of Pain had to use the last desperate move, the last resort to get the Sonic Wave done on the DK. It was a much needed kill for her, so it could be a break.
What's problematic is that White Shadows have lost that tier 1 tower. This is gonna help Aggressify move into the enemy jungle, but Paddling, I mean, Sankey can still move in and catch you with the Burrow Strike. Paddling pops the Elder Dragon form, wants to turn around, does have the Dragon Tail. Uses the Breathe Fire, both Dark Knight and Prodigy, respecting his HP and just backing off. It's a really hard kill without the Sonic Wave.
True. And now I also want to say that the supports from the White Shadows, they were a bit confused with the rotation. If we've seen it earlier, they were going on a loop back and forth with the mid lane to the top lane. It kind of set them a bit back comparatively to the A5 support. They're already a level ahead compared to Shadow Shaman, for example. So when the
I'll
Slark,
take your tribute.
I'm not sure if he's doing okay. He seems to be handling well. Not much of a disturbance for him to handle, but yeah, the supports are a bit behind comparatively to A5.
Nyx is gonna get behind
And
as well. But Soul catches him with
Would
that
that I
Unleash
could
rune
kill
and
you without
gonna
pain.
get away with murder. Not much they can do. Good stuff coming out from Aggressive. Like you mentioned, the supports are healthy in terms of EXP. Pasol is getting closer and closer to his level 6. He has 3 points in Boulder Smash, so that's a longer stun. And like you mentioned, both the Shaman as well as the Sand King, they haven't been that effective with the rotations early on. This in particular hurts Prodigy and the Sand King because you want more points in Butter Strike as well. The range increases and the more chances that you could catch more than a hero with your Butter Strike, but he's really under level. It's nearly the 10-minute mark, 1 minute away from the 10-minute mark, and this is when you want to start hitting 6. If you take a look at Pasol, he's really close to hitting level 6.
yeah, and look at the Sand King. He's just wasting his time around the rune.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what is he thinking. Like walking around the Roshan pit, he should be nearby his carry, babysitting his carry to get some levels or protect him somehow, zoning out the Batrider, putting some scare into him. But he's not. The Nyx is not doing comparatively well against the Batrider. Batrider is already level 7. Nyx is already level 5. He gets zoned out really hard because of the supports from A5. So they are a bit confused. I think they're already in their tippy toes from the start.
Yeah, I mean, Deliverance has done really well for himself on the Batrider. He's hit 7 like you mentioned. This is also attributable to the fact that there were a couple of stacks and the Batrider, well, he has the ability to farm stacks much quicker than the Nyx. I guess what's the plan here? I mean, White Shadows will be hoping for the Nyx to hit 6 and then possibly make a gank happen somewhere across the map. It seems as if the Shaman as well as the Sand King have just rotated to the Nyx's lane itself. A kill on Negi could be huge, but it's really hard when he has a rage and can also just pop it and TP away. This is really hard to execute. I mean, Justice is walking in. They need to chain stun him properly, and even after that, I'm not sure they have enough damage. Pinkman did drop a sentry, so they see the Nyx, and Negi knows what's up. He's not going to bother venturing out to the lane. Meanwhile, on the top half of the map, battling as well as Pasol waiting patiently to bring down Snacks.
Yeah, Meteor is already in position. He's waiting for the chance to roll in and wait for the DK to come really close to Slark. Slark is already alone.
Yeah, but Slack, excuse me, got the Dark Pact off and he bounces in aggressively. There is a geomagnetic grip, paddling being controlled, a couple of stats being stolen. Here comes Dark Knight on the Queen of Pain, the Scream of Pain is there as well as the Sonic Wave, but is it enough? Snacks giving chase with the Shadow Dance, gets stunned, had the Dark Pact, and somehow Queen of Pain ends up getting the kill. She went forward for Pinkman but didn't get it, and here's Deliverance, caught in the shackles, not even expending his lasso, and being brought down. Dark Knight chasing for more, gets a double kill with that scream onto the Jakiro, but might be punished, and rightly so, because Pasol was waiting with the boulder smash. Pasol, low on mana, does have another rolling boulder. White Shadows have reinforcements on the way. And Aggressive, they did quite a heavy hit in that fight. They lose the Dragon Knight, they lose the Jakiro, and they even end up losing the Batrider.
Yeah, the fight kind of got messy in a way. There was a good rotation coming from both sides of the team, but the execution was really well done by the the White Shadows. Queen of Pain, really well done.
Did you call them White Shadows?
Some snow. I'm sorry.
Okay, I didn't. No, it's okay. I called Dark or something because his name is Snacks and the hero is Dark. Anyway, but the reason that fight went well for White Shadows is because Snacks on the Slark, I mean, when there's a hero nearby who has vision of you, your Shadow Dance, well, it doesn't get activated. And he knew that there was someone waiting in the trees. He fell back to his tower and the Shadow Dance wasn't proccing. So he knew that there was someone in the trees, and which is why he probably called for reinforcements. Queen of Pain moved to the top lane, used multiple screams in that fight, and even one decent Sonic Wave on the Dragon Knight, ensuring that White Shadows got the kill. The problem is that they're giving up this tier 1 tower without any contest. And I am not too pleased about that. This means that the Slark is without the lane, and he has to move about the map looking for kills. So now he's jungling, which is fine. What's also really surprisingly good for White Shadows is that Snacks is getting closer and closer to his Shadow Blade. Give him a couple of minutes, and by the 14-minute mark, he's going to have Treads, an Aquila, and a Shadow Blade, along with a completed Magic Wand. He's good to fight for all intents and purposes. And that's when life gets hard for Jakiro. You pretty much have to have sentries
Right.
everywhere. There's a Nyx hunting, there's a Slark hunting, and I
Oh,
mean,
the
yeah,
the next though, he's kind of in position to get the Jakiro, and he did. He already uses Vendetta, using the strike, and now nails down the Pinkman. Already in last though by the Nyx, paying for his life for the deliveries comes in, wants to go for more, but he couldn't get the one who TP'd away.
So, I mean, that fight really didn't work out for White Shadows. They got the kill on the Jakiro. It's good news that the kill went to the Slug, because that's going to bring him closer to a Shadow Blade. And in fact, he's even got it complete. But they lost the Nyx. It's really not worth it. The problem is the rest of White Shadows, well, they didn't even manage to pressure an objective on the other side of the map. Shaman still not level 6, 13 minutes into the game, and it might just get worse for him. But he's got reinforcements. Snacks is there, and it's an easy kill for Snacks. This Slark is starting to become an issue, and Deliverance runs into the fight, doesn't have the lasso, and might just end up paying with his life. He's trying to run away. It's a neutral creep that gets the kill, while Dark Knight, who committed the Sonic Wave, is silenced by the Geomagnetic Grip and ends up falling to the pure damage of the Infest. Beautiful stuff coming out from Aggressive 5. It's a pity they didn't end up, excuse me, hold on. Pasol, he's been controlled with the Impale. Snacks is there. This could get worse. Snacks is already on a killing spree. And now they managed to take away the killing spree of Pasol. Good stuff coming out from White Shadows. They're finding these kills in exchange. But they wouldn't be too happy losing the Queen of Pain and the huge streak that she was working with.
True, but I wanted to point out that the Slark was jungling around the lane, right? Around the maps, my bad. But losing the towers like this really sets them behind, while Lifestealer is already with the Midas. He's already farming pretty well. I'm not sure how he's going to fare well against the... the Slark will fare well against the Lifestealer. He's very close to... He's already got his Shadow Blade. But can he handle Lifestealer when he's already with the Desolator and the Armlet? Can he contest that?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch you. Can Slug bring down a Lifestealer as an outlet?
Lifestealer and Dark Knight. Dragon Knight. My bad. Dragon Knight.
Himself? Certainly no, but with all the lockdown in the side, they can. Which is why it's going to be sort of crucial for the Dark Knight to get his BKB. What's a little disappointing is that Deliverance of the Batrider has ended up falling before expending the lasso. This is costly though. They've got the lasso, but he got the Dark Pact off. And now he's going to run away with the Shadow Blade. They do have detection, but can they really catch him? Deliverance wants the kill. He's not popping his drums. Elsewhere, they managed to catch Prodigy in the Magnetized. Deliverance going in for more. No Flaming Lasso to work with. And he's trying to burn down Prodigy with the Firefly. The Boulder Smash is there. Deliverance will get the kill. So they got the Sand King. They didn't get the Slark, which is going to piss them off a little bit. But maybe they can transition this into a push with the Elder Dragon form coming out from paddling.
So, let's see it this way. They are already doing well in getting the towers. The Shadow Shaman should be helping out getting the structures. I really like the A5's aggression going in and putting brute force against the White Shadows to get the towers and the kills as much as possible, executing the very well constructed team fights. However, Snacks is kind of behind right now. His farm is a bit disrupted because of all the aggression coming from the A5.
I mean,
so what should he do now?
Net worth, he's up there with Negi.
Yeah.
What's really hurting, I mean, if you take a look at net worth, he's up there with the Lifestealer. What's really hurting White Shadows is that the Shaman took so long to hit level 6. Primarily because of all those ineffective moments early on in the game. But I'm going to come back to that because Snacks is in the river. He has Justice nearby. He wants Pasol. Pasol could turn around and drop a Boulder Smash. He's trying to juke. There's an Ice Path on the floor. The Boulder Smash comes in late and he rolling boulders away. Justice, there's no way he can keep up. While Snacks on the backline manages to find Pinkman. They want paddling, but there's no Blink Dagger or any means to catch up to the Dragon Knight. They're going to get what they can and probably try and push mid. Now they got the Mars Serpent one, so they could commit it. In fact, the Shadow Shaman drops it on the bottom lane. Snack, double damage rune. He wants Pasol, and he's caught him in his leash, paddling with the quick stun, trying to keep Snacks busy there, but it's not going to do too much because Pasol's already been brought down. White Shadows, they score the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane, and they're going to try and push the mid lane as well. Snacks with the double damage. The Glyph, it's popped. I mean, Aggressive are going to be okay with that because it refreshes every time a tier 1 falls. But
Heroes
yeah.
solo TPing in like this.
Oh,
Oh,
back
with the
line.
deliverance help, but he
Getting kited. Deliverance is gone in. He has the lasso under justice. Can Negi bring down the next Prodigy? Two-man Butter Strike. A dual breath comes in. The Nick's still alive through all of that. Prodigy channels the epicenter, but he's going to burn to the Firefly while Deliverance is going for more. He wants Dark Knight, but he doesn't have the lasso. Meanwhile, Pasol at his own shrine, caught in the shackles. The Ice Path is there. He gets out the Boulder Smash, and that's going to ensure that with his death, he'll ensure that the Shaman falls as well. They're running for Snacks. I mean, he's got his Shadow Blade coming off cooldown in a bit. He runs past a sentry with just timed out, so he's going to make it away. If you take a look at the fight recap, Aggressify lost only the Earth Spirit, and they ended up getting 3 kills.
Yeah.
The Sand King, the Nyx, and the Shaman, and this is a trade they'll be more than happy to make.
Yeah, they got a lot of XP out of this one, and even more gold as well comparatively to the White Shadows. Although they tried to get the tower, they did and successfully done, but they lost 3 heroes as a return. A good fight coming from A5. They have really responded even though they lost the tower.
I'll take your tribute.
But now Snacks.
I mean, what's going well for White Shadows is Snacks, right? I mean, he's got the Shadow Blade, he's got the Echo Saber, he has a lot of pickup potential, and if Aggressify really has any sense that they're working with an advantage, I'd just like to see them group up with a gem. There's not much White Shadows can do, and I mean, if you have a gem, Snacks is not going to be running around getting these sneaky pickoffs. I'm hoping that Aggressify somewhere down the line pick up a gem.
Yeah, but Snacks, I think that he just wants to look for more hunts. Quinifane and Snacks, they're really good hunters. Yeah, he really needs to look for good hunts.
And a gem
really
puts an
excel
end to
further. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did they pick up a gem though? I don't think so.
I'd like them to pick up a gem.
But look at Snacks though. He didn't get a side of Pinkman. But I think that he wants to cut corners. And he did!
He jumped in onto the Shadow Shaman. He's been hexed as well. The Boulder Smash from Lewis. Paddling going in for more. The rolling boulders there. The Shaman commits the wards. Shackles paddling, but the Geomagnetic Grip from Pasol will ensure that he's sticking down to the Magnetize while they move on to Prodigy. Prodigy will fall. Pinkman ends up going down to Snacks while A5, they're coming back for more. Negi manages to secure another kill onto the Nyx. But here comes Snacks. It's Snacks versus the wall. Scott Queen of Pain though unloads the Sonic Wave, but no one's brought down just yet on the side of Aggressive. Dark Knight blinks ahead, manages to bring down Paddling, and Snacks, he's focusing Deliverance, will get Deliverance. It's a 3-for-3 exchange, and Snacks can go for some more if he wants. Queen of Pain wants to win actually. The Shadow Strike is there. Snacks goes in, and an immediate kick from Pasol will ensure that Snacks has been pushed to back out. The open wounds are there. Once again, there's a lack of detection. And Aggressify, without detection, there's no way they bring down Slark, but they drop a sentry. In fact, it's Snacks who turns around. Dark Pact Bounce trying to get out of there, caught in the Ice Path. But it's going to be really hard for them to chase that deep, especially when everybody on the side of White Shadows has respawned.
Yeah, Snacks was being really mischievous here. Behind the lines of the teamfight that was happening, Snacks was able to get Jakiro. That really didn't fare well for the A5 to have more constructive fight against the White Shadows. But Clark, I really liked how he kept being mischievous around. He is being a bit more aggressive, and he really wanted to hunt more, but being a bit more greedy. But I think that he did make a good decision to back away. Oh no, he's going...
detection. He's holding on to the lasso because he knows that Snacks popped the Dark Pack. He waited too long, and Snacks with the Shadow Dance managed to bring him down. Nyx though out of position, caught in the Magnetize. The Boulder Smash as well from Pasol. They'll find something in exchange, an off-laner for an off-laner, an eye for an eye, and the Nyx will go down as well. Snacks can go back though. There is a sentry on the ground. Not sure Snacks knows. Hold on, is that a die sentry? He's standing right on top of it, so I can't even check on my mini-map. That's where Negi gets a solo kill. Paddling goes in. No chance for the Dark Pack this time. And with the Ice Path, the Macro Fire, and a kick coming in from Pasol, they'll get the kill, and they'll get that godlike streak that Snacks was working with. I think Snacks didn't die a single time the whole game.
Yeah, but that was sorry, my bad. That was the A5 sentry, not the Dire side.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, yeah, he got, I couldn't see it properly on my bad. But yeah, he got caught out. I thought that he was able to rely on Nyx to get the stun ready, which is why he was maintaining that safe distance away from him, and he had to give himself up. So yeah, just so that Snacks stays safe. But he did get caught anyways with the Heroes of 3 coming from A5. And now
Yeah.
with this, they want to go for the second tier of the mid lane. However,
Yo.
Prodigy comes in with the epicenter. But whoa, okay, now he just gets backlashed because of this.
Yeah. I mean, I like what Prodigy's line of thought was. He felt the need to initiate, but his team said, it's okay. That's a fight we're not taking. You can go die by yourself. Sorry, bye-bye. However, Pikmin, he's being chased. Oh,
Oh
Justice,
man,
he walks into a sentry. Sure, he's got the spike carapace. It's going to buy him some time versus the Batrider, but Negi gets the kill, and now it's Negi's turn. Well, to work on a huge streak and a lot of gold. There's a lot of gold for this Lifestealer. If I'm not mistaken, the Lifestealer hasn't died once either. Hold on.
no, he barely he was farming most of the game, but he did join into team fights. He was being careful as he is and letting the supports to do the killing for him and DK to actually stand for him. But it seems like the A5 are known as the invisible busters because every time they are facing an enemy like from the White Shadows, they always get detected out by the sentries or the dust, like Ghostbusters. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah, good stuff coming up from Aggressive. I mean, you'd expect this much from a team that, well, one of the best in India.
Yeah, I'm really pleased to see like how they're handling well. I mean, committing so much to get the sentries and dust is really daunting, really daunting and very expensive over time. But they still did not go for the gem yet. It's like a 50-50 chance to carry the gem. So maybe they want to stay on the safe side, taking the level they have, the advantage they have.
Yeah, it is a 50-50% chance. The thing is, they have nothing to lose by giving away the gem. Primarily, I mean, what's primarily at stake is observers across the map. That's what they could lose if they buy a gem and end up dying with the gem. But I presume Aggressive 5 will be picking up the gem once Paddling or maybe Negi has Aegis. And look at
Top
this.
lane,
Negi's
Sand
gonna
King.
kill them. They've got the Sand King. They've got the kill. The Infest Bomb. Not being done with the Batrider, but with the Dragon Knight. It's not something you see too often.
It's pretty intimidating if you ask me. I mean, I would be really scared to see a DK walking around with Leicester like that. Although, yeah, I would expect the battery to be carrying him. But now with this, they are seeking for a chance to go for the Roshan.
Yeah.
Seems like they're feeling really lucky right now. Go get the Roshan. I think that DK should take it or should lifestealer.
So
What do you think?
the problem with Dragon Knight taking it is if he dies in his Elder Dragon form, he's not going to respawn in the Elder Dragon form. So it isn't
right.
a huge advantage. It's good to some extent, but like it has its pros and cons. However, it is Paddling who picks it up. So yeah, the DK does end up.
Told you. I called it again. I called it.
You called it. Bottom lane though.
I called it.
Deliverance. What's your call? Oh, you didn't get the kill.
No, he didn't get the kill. I didn't see it. But yeah, I think that I'm making good calls for the paddling though. Although, yeah, Snacks. Oh, okay, now he's being badly chased, buddy.
What's your call? No call.
Not this time. No call. Not yet.
Okay. Anyway, Snacks just testing the waters here. He's got the Shadow Plate, which has been upgraded to a Silver Knight, which is going to be really good versus the Dragon Knight. Take away his passive, take away all that extra regen. And he's actually wondering whether he has enough to bring down Negi. With 4 stacks of Essence Shift, I'm not sure. But they could go back again. The thing is, Slark is an extremely slippery character. And
yeah, that's the thing. He needs more items. Like I think that he's going for BKB right now to avoid the likes of Earth Spirits abilities and so is the Jack Heroes. Yeah. He doesn't want to be locked down. He wants to be walking freely around to chase and hunt as much as possible. He needs to be very, very scary.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he can still go against Leicester just yet. Can he?
Mid lane, Justice walks in with the Spike Carapace, which is going to impale. I mean, which is pretty much going to stun up Deliverance. Ice Path, Magnetize, Geomagnetic Grip onto 2, along with the Macropie. They've eliminated Snacks. Pinkman scores a double and rightly so. Paddling and Negi on the hunt. I'm not sure who they managed to find. It seems to be the Shadow Shaman. So A5 get a bunch of kills, still have Aegis, and they could probably just march down mid lane and force high ground.
Well, now I understand why the Snacks really needs the BKB. He really gets locked down a lot. He won't be able to do anything when he's locked down. His advantage is to go around hunting kill. But yeah, he got really caught. Diving way farther into their tower was a bit
Dire's
of a
middle
mistake
tower
coming
is
from
being
the White
attacked.
Shadows.
Yeah. And A5, they're
This
going
kind
to
of costed them. Yeah,
they're going to force high ground.
they're
The
gonna
good
just.
news is Slark is respawning in a bit.
Dire's middle
They
tower is
what's
under
the status of
attack.
fortification? Hold on, I hear a epicenter. Prodigy goes in. He's managed to control paddling for a bit with the impale coming out from Justice. It might be enough, but paddling staying strong, armlet toggling, and Pasol with the geomagnetic grip and the control onto Justice. The age is taken away. Negi's trick as well with that mana burn. Justice, he's walking around with a lot of gold, and he might get some more for paddling's being controlled in the Dire base. He turns around with the breed fire. He's armlet toggling like a boss, but Shaman says, thank you, sir. I'll hold you in my shackles and bring you down. While look at Snacks, he just run down mid lane, straight on to Pinkman, his favorite food, and he's going to bring down the Jakiro slowly but surely. The ice path is only going to delay the inevitable. Justice is there as well. Snacks just jumps over the cliff. Pinkman picks up an illusion rune. He's making Snacks work for this, but Snacks has the silver edge. Again, gets caught in an ice path. This is slow and painful, but Snacks will eventually but surely, yeah, bring down the Jakiro.
Oh no. Jakiro pretty much gave half the kills to Snacks, actually. Every time I see him die, he always dies in the hands of Snacks. Always. I feel so bad for Jakiro so much.
I mean,
But
there's not much. The best he can do is drop a sentry and hope his team is nearby to keep him alive, right? What can he do realistically?
But I really...
Yeah, sorry. Tell me.
Go ahead. No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I just think that once Slark picks up his BKB, he's only going to be worse. Because then there's nothing that Jakiro can do. Maybe he needs to build a Yule Scepter, or he's got a Yule Scepter. Maybe he needs to build a Ghost Scepter as well, which might probably force Snacks to build a Diffuser. Snacks mid lane, caught in the rolling boulder, does manage to get the bounce off, commits the Shadow Dance. Deliverance not really catching anyone. Negi on the lifesteal infested inside of him. No detection just yet. He could catch the Sand King, goes in, leaps over him, but hesitates, and Prodigy gets a two-man burrow strike. Pasol being controlled by the Slark. Pasol with the Yules buying himself some time, manages the rolling boulder onto Justice, and Justice will fall to Negi. Negi searching for more Snacks with the Dark Pack, trying to stay alive, bounces to the low ground, into the river, but Deliverance is there with the lasso, the ice path, the macro fire, but Prodigy counter initiates. He's got the epicenter, and with the Sonic Wave, Dark Knight scores the double. Pasol's been brought down, Deliverance brought down as well, but Negi and Paddling are focusing the Queen of Pain, and Snacks should be able to bring down Paddling if it wasn't for that ice path. It's a messy fight, but the Dragon Knight has fallen, and once again it's Snacks chasing his best friend Pinkman. This seems like a movie we've all seen before, Sammy, and we know how this ends.
Oh man, he's trying to delay his death by using the ice pack, but oh well, this guy. Oh no! Wait,
he gave up.
Snacks? You okay?
I mean,
you just left him alone?
Hold on, I can see
she's
why.
showing his mercy.
No, I see why. Snacks believes that right now chasing Pinkman is a waste of time. You'd much rather go mid, drop the Mars Serpent Wards and get that tier 2, and possibly even the tier 2 in the top lane, which is almost, I mean, it's already been bought down. Justice, meanwhile, on the Knicks did manage to bring down the Jakiro. So they scored multiple objectives across the map. This is, it's getting better for White Shadows, and now with the 2k net worth advantage, this is one close game. Mid lane, Yule Scepter. The Boulder Smash mistimed, and Snacks is going to try and bring down the Earth Spirit, who uses the Rolling Boulder and gets away. Deliverance though, he's had enough of this Slark. He's got a gem, but Snacks, I mean, this is a huge risk. He's trying to force the issue. Paddling goes in. The stun is there, but Snacks did manage to get out the Shadow Dance, and once again he escapes. I haven't seen a Slark so slippery in a while. Justice though, he's not got too much luck. He's got in the open wounds. Once again, Pasol missing these boulder smashes at close range. That's rather unusual. But this is Slark who's going to come back with the BKB. The other piece of good news is that White Shadows have taken down the mid tier 3 tower. This can open up the shrine near Roshan. And yeah, Roshan may respawn in a minute or so.
So with that advantage they have with their tier 3 already standing high and tall, with some damage done to it, it seems like the Snacks have actually redeemed himself, like in lieu of the Queen of Pain, who was causing a lot of mishaps in the mid lane, right? She gets caught up a lot, but Snacks, he showed a lot of resilience. I really like how he has been hunting and getting all the kills. He's been like stealing the show here. But I was like, surprised like how he left Pinkman alone. But he had to fulfill the main objective, which is to get the tower. That's more important than getting the kill on the Pinkman. Pinkman, however, he got died by Nyx, so that kind of the side quest was done already, cleared. But with this now, the Roshan is definitely up for grabs. But it depends like who gets it first. It's still apparent that AFI could go for it first if Snacks does not really draw the line of the territory in there.
The problem is, if White Shadows get a little bit of vision around the Rosh pit, it's going to be so hard for Aggressify to approach without popping a smoke. Bottom lane, they're trying to find someone on the retreat. Deliverance goes in. He's trying to catch Justice here, but Justice with the Spike Carapace ensuring that Deliverance is held back. Pasol with Rolling Boulder number 2, the Yule Scepter committed as well. He doesn't have the Boulder Smash, drops the Magnetize. Now he has the Boulder Smash coming off cooldown, but Dark Knight wants to turn this around. Pasol still holding on to his Boulder Smash. Prodigy goes in, he cancels his own epicenter. I saw that, Prodigy, and now he's been silenced, but here comes the man of the hour. Snacks with his BKB, manning up also Negi. Negi says, thank you, I'm out of here. Pops the TP, gets the hell out of there.
Oh no!
His TP was cancelled. The Spike Carapace from Justice in that macro power will ensure that Snacks' best friend will survive only a little longer for Prodigy to get the kill. And White Shadows with a man advantage and the Mass Serpent ones at the ready could possibly go high ground. But I really like how Paddling and Negi are approaching this. They want to bring down the Shaman. They're trying to chase the Shadow Shaman. All White Shadows have to do is regroup with the Shaman, drop the Mass Serpent mods, and possibly get a lane of barracks at the very least.
Yeah, Shaman was not really present in the team fight actually. He wasn't present with the group.
Even in the top lane, I'm not sure what he was doing. But White Shadows, they moved down mid. Paddling goes in, pops the BKB. The bottom strike is there. Deliverance being controlled. Shackles as well. Deliverance, he's been brought down once again without committing the lasso. And the Sonic Wave, along with the Shiva's Guard, will ensure that both the Lifestealer and the Dragon Knight have been brought down. It's Pasol versus the world. His Boulder Smash, I'm not sure if it clipped. It doesn't matter. Justice and Prodigy with the lockdown will bring down the Earth Spirit, and that's a second lane of barracks possibly for White Shadows. This is, I mean, I don't know how to put this. They were the finalists last year. This is one of the biggest upsets in the ESL India Premiership in quite a while. Pinkman, he's also going to be brought down. Snacks, he's on a mega kill streak. Aggressify, the run out of answers to the Slark, and I'm not sure how they claw their way back into this game.
Yeah, there's no recovering away from this kind of situation. 2 racks down from on the mid and the bot lane, and I'm actually surprised. Like with the heroes up in the disposal, the DK, Lifestealer, and Batrider, really lethal heroes to face against, even against Clark. But it seems like it kind of fell off short. I didn't expect this. I didn't call that. I thought I didn't call that. I thought I thought they were...
Deliverance once again giving the Knicks a free stun. Pasol goes in. I don't know how your Hindi is, Sammy, but in Shuddh Hindi we call this feeding. Anyway, they've gone in.
What does that mean?
In pure Hindi, we call this feeding. Anyway, they managed to bring down the Slark. They're going for more. In your memory, he's gone AFK, but it doesn't matter. White Shadows, they've got mega creeps, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, all 3 lanes of barracks down. Paddling gets a double kill. I don't know. Aggressify, they have to mount one of the craziest comebacks ever in the ESL India Premiership if they hope to win this game.
Defending the mega creeps, that's like 20 out of 80. Oh, sorry, 20 out of 100 of a possibility. To be quite honest. Oh, there's a pause already.
Your version of what is possibility sounds like my math score in school.
I'm so sorry.
20 out of 100.
Okay. I'm so sorry. It's just like, just jotting down the possibilities.
Yeah, the chances are really low. I understand.
But okay. I don't really see the opportunity for these guys to come away from this.
What it's going to take is a Hail Mary push. You hope that you somehow win a team fight versus White Shadows and then you just go for the throne. There's no other way they do it. They put someone on defense duty. Not sure the ideal candidate is. I guess the Jakiro, because he has some wave clear with the Macropier. And yeah, the rest of you march down mid and somehow win a fight that you shouldn't be winning in the first place. White Shadows are working with a 13,000 net worth advantage. I'm actually going to drop. I'm going to drop down all the items that everybody's working with. Snacks has a Silver Edge and a BKB. He's had that for a while. So, I mean, he's inching closer and closer to his butterfly. If he picks it up, I guess if I have no answers to his evasion, uh, I don't know how they win. I don't see them winning
No,
this.
there's no way they can go for MKB right now. That's a long shot they can have right now. Although they have gained a bit of gold with the 3 deaths coming from Snacks, especially Snacks and Sand King. Their only answer is the death push. That's straight to the mid lane. But if DK and Lifesteal can handle it alone, that is. With the 3 other heroes, or just 2 other heroes to stand back in the sidelines and eat the defense. But I think that White Shadows, they are just like, one step away from getting the Roshan and just end this for good. But I'm really surprised that when you mentioned that they're the finalists of the last ESL Premiership, I don't know how it kind of faltered to this. I guess, everyone has their bad days, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone has bad days. Aggressive 5, I mean, they've had bad days versus the better teams. This doesn't happen too often. But yeah, next time around, and I'm saying next time because every team in the ESL in the Premiership, at least in the online phase, ends up playing each team twice. Next time around, Aggressive 5 might hopefully come with a better plan. For now, White Shadows have moved into the Rosh pit. If Aggressive 5 want to win, they have to pop a smoke in contest. But it's so hard to pop a smoke right now without making it obvious. With all your lanes pushing in, they're going to do it anyway. They have to. I mean, there's no other choice. And this is Roshan number 2, so he's got Aegis and a little bit of cheese stuck between his teeth. Deliverance goes in. He wants the Shaman. He won't even get the Shaman. Deliverance.
Oh man.
Missing these lassos left, right, and center. They might get Prodigy though, but Snacks has gone in from the back. He did pop the Silver Edge on the Pinkman. Prodigy's been eliminated, so Aggressive 5 working with a man advantage. There is a nice path. Snacks' BKB being controlled thanks to the lasso. They want to bring down the Slark on low HP, but Justice being focused by Negi as well as Paddling. They brought down the Nyx. Here comes the Queen of Pain with the Sonic Wave. They managed to bring down Paddling. They're taken down Deliverance, and Negi will fall as well. It's a team wipe for Soul, and the rest of Aggressive 5 are tapped out. And a Shadow Shaman of all people gets a triple kill. Beautiful stuff coming out from White Shadows here.
Well, they just tried to give all they could, like, hoping for a miracle, but I guess A5 just couldn't let the miracle happen. Hence giving it up their all into the Rosh pit. But well played by White Shadows, actually. Well played by White Shadows.
Anyway, folks, that's it as far as the Dota 2 broadcast is concerned for the day. My name is Vivek. You can find me at facebook.com/VWEWAK casting. With me was Sammy. Sammy, do you have any social media I can share with the audience? No, none?
No. I'm just really surprised at how White Shadows actually defeated A5. So it's just I'm kind of shocked because I've seen A5 play really well and being a bit unbeatable, having this unbeatable streak kind of like that. But this was a bit of a surprise. So yeah, I hope that they do better next time and see what they can figure out.
Okay. Anyway, that's it from me and Sammy. We'll be back with some more Dota tomorrow, 8 o'clock on YouTube. Adios and good night.
Thanks for tuning in.